Michael Fanone is back with me, and joining the conversation are three other officers who were assaulted by the mob while defending the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn, former Capitol Police Sergeant Aquilino Gonell, and D.C. Metro Police Officer Daniel Hodges, who is appearing in his personal capacity. Thank you all for being here. It is so good to see all of you. I have not met you. This was the first time that I met you today, Daniel. So I wanted to just start with you. The scenes of what happened to you, I feel, are sort of the most widely known, some of the most widely known. It's something we saw and heard. So we know, what you went through having watched it. When you got the news that the people who did that to you were pardoned, what was your thought?
Well, this was bound to happen since November 5th, right? That's when all this was really determined. So I was resigned to this fact for a while now. I'd had time to process it. But even then, having it actually happen and, seeing the news, getting the emails from DOJ saying, oh, they're getting out of jail.
Yeah.
That has an impact, yeah.
And have you experienced similar to what Michael has talked about, the kind of abandonment policing is a brotherhood. I have family that are, that do police work, and there is a sense of it's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood, it's a family, and it does feel like that family has backed away from you all. Have you had that same experience?
Well, there have been officers who support me, and I'm very grateful for that. And there are officers who I feel don't pay enough attention to what happened. I can only speak for myself, obviously, but it was incredibly disappointing when the FOP endorsed Trump, and now they're putting out this message saying they don't endorse the pardoning of the January 6th insurrectionists, even though he campaigned on it. Yeah. So it feels absurd for them to say that at this point.
And Sergeant Gonell, there's a lot of back the blue talk by Donald Trump and by his supporters. It doesn't feel so much like back the blue with those pardons.
Not at all. Just last night, I think he said that he's the biggest friend of police officer. With a friend like that, who needs enemies? The people who assaulted me, some of them never got to be sentenced. Yesterday, I was supposed to be in court for one of them, and that I never got to tell the court what they did to me. And he's of many other ones that I have pending this month and next month. And unfortunately, the same people who attack us are the same people who blame us for what happened. And then they blame us for not being prepared while telling us that we should have done better. But if you are a pro-law enforcement officer, pro-police, then why are you attacking the police in the first place? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's kind of mute from them the standpoint, but they don't see the hypocrisy that they're the one who attacked the police, not the police attacked them. At the end of the day, we were the one doing our job. We were protecting the Capitol. They were the attackers, and they're wrong.
And obviously, Officer Sicknick, was laid in state. He died as a result of it. His brother has said he felt his brother died for nothing, which is a heartbreaking thing to have read. But there are Capitol Police officers who are still standing in those halls, defending and guarding the people who would not approve a vote for a Congressional Medal of Honor for you all, and who are either silent or making excuses for these pardons. And I don't know if you all talk to folks that are still standing in those seats, in those spaces, and I don't know how they could possibly feel. But your thoughts on the pardons?
Not just protecting those members of Congress. On Monday, Donald Trump was inaugurated, and the Capitol Police were responsible for keeping him safe. Think about that. The individual who sent a mob to attack those officers are the same officers who kept him safe on Monday. It's just kind of ironic, and it's hard to wrap your head around it. However, the men and women at the Capitol Police are some of the most professional people. They take their jobs very seriously, and they're proud to do it. When I was there, I was very proud to do it. Yeah. I had to resolve the fact that it's not about an individual. Yeah. It's protecting an institution. That seat, that Congress member, man or woman, that I despise, that seat is still going to exist hopefully 100 years after they no longer exist, if we continue to do our jobs and believe in protecting these institutions, which is clear a lot of them don't respect these institutions anymore.
Yeah, well, I call y'all the Avengers, including Eugene Goodman, who I just insist is Black Panther, and no one's going to talk me down from that. That's what I'm telling my
What's
kids.
up, Eugene?
What makes it even worse is like they had welcomed the same people who made their life made them run for their lives.
Yeah.
And they are giving them the praise and the honorable mentions and things like that. Something that they had not done for the officers that protest them. They still protest them. Some of them even giving them tours.
Or offering to. I was just going to
offering
ask
them
about
to
that.
go to the White House.
Yeah.
But the officers never being apologized to for what they did, for what those who claim to back the blue, like congresspersons, and also the president himself.
Yeah.
When was the last time he acknowledged the efforts the Capitol Police officers did on that day?
I don't think he ever has.
Never has.
Exactly.
I don't think he ever has.
And he never apologized, and he never will.
And he never will. I mean, Lauren Boebert did offer that tours are coming. And she said that she would like to give them personal tours. And I wonder, just for all of you, and I'll start with you, Michael, how you felt seeing Stuart Rhodes, Elmer. His name is Elmer. He wants to go by Stuart because I think it makes it sound cooler. But his name is Elmer. He was there literally in the Capitol yesterday, meeting with lawmakers and you know, having a Dunkin' Donuts coffee inside the same buildings where he helped to orchestrate that mob.
I mean, to be honest with you, I couldn't care less about Stuart Rhodes or what he does or where he goes. I mean, to me, like, you know, that guy's just a clown. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, he should enjoy, you know, his time, you know, in the limelight, because eventually, you know, these same members of Congress are going to dump him like yesterday's trash, because, you know, he's not going to help them get elected. Maybe in some of the, you know, super crazy parts of America, you know, he could be seen as an asset. Like, I'm sure Marjorie Taylor Greene will fucking bring him around and have him as a, you know, campaign companion. But, you know, in normal America, that guy's just not helping anybody. So he can go back to, you know, his cabin in the woods or wherever the hell he lives.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, have a YouTube channel or something.